In the ancient times, in Tibet, in South America, in other places in the world, they had a soil that they could reuse and reuse and reuse and reuse and reuse. Because they treated the soil as if it was sacred, because I don't know, their food comes out of it. Mesoamerica, they're still finding some of it, and it's still viable as soil. You could grow pineapples in Alaska with it. There is another concept called biochar. And guess what? They used to take wood and turn it into charcoal and then put that into their soil. That was one of the ingredients, not the only one, but one of them. Well, in the country, we can have an industry right here in New Hampshire, as well as other places in the country, that companies are paying millions and billions to have carbon-infused charcoal, biochar, made. So you've got making of the biochar, and then what do you do with it? Well, you turn it into a sacred soil mix, and you use that to fund education without having more new taxes. And if it's a private corporation, whether that's a nice community or a poor community, the corporation can donate money and materials to that school, and the government can't say no. It's not a tax issue. It's a restoration issue. So folks, okay, this isn't new. Everything that I've talked about and people have been asking for was even discussed on West Wing 25 years ago, including Venezuela. Social Security, education, healthcare, jobs, housing, the same issues, the same promises, the same excuses. The solutions have existed for over 40 years. The resources have been there. The studies have been done. Okay, I'm going to stop here for a second. The studies. Do you know what that is? That's not somebody hiring their cousin Fred. They get the smartest people in the country to study this stuff, sometimes around the world, but definitely in the country. These are multi-million-dollar studies. All of this stuff has been studied. I wish okay, there's some of this that I did come up with, but a lot of this, I found out there was reports already done on it. So if I follow the recommendations in the report that you've already paid for, don't you want somebody to do that? Democrats have had full control 4 times since 1985. Republicans had 3 times. Between them, 14 years with nobody to blame but themselves. How are you keeping score of that? Okay. So then all this stuff that I'm talking about. Now remember I said no tax dollars, right? No new tax dollars. 700 direct jobs in the community have produced 1,200. Mall, housing, manufacturing, 200 plus per facility. Space infrastructure, hundreds in New Hampshire, thousands around the country. Skilled trades restoration. How do you count that? At a conservative guess, that should produce 109 million qualified people if this is adopted around the country. But right here, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of trained individuals going into the workplace. And ask anybody in construction. If they haven't already sent them all out of the country, ask them in construction how easy it is to hire somebody right now, because nobody seems to know how to do it. The GI Bill restoration. I don't know how many jobs that makes. I don't. But damn it, don't we need to take better care of our active duty members and our veterans? So the farm subsidies restoration would save every family farm in the state of New Hampshire.